I requested her to kindly cut down the introduction, otherwise lecture will become the less and introduction will become the more. I just need a projector. Thank you so much for your generous introduction, and thank you all for joining on time after the lunch. Good afternoon. Can we have a better afternoon? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Now it's good. I think you all have taken the food in a good quantity. Very good. So as the topic allotted to me for this particular session is something which, you might think that how the insurance investigation or how the insurance is going to be useful in the forensic science and what is the relation of the insurance industry into the forensic science. So I'm going to tell you something about how you can become a investigator, forensic expert and the legal advisor. See here the three combination. You are going to become a techno-legal investigator. Techno-legal investigator. There are three things. You are going to use the technology, which is very well explained by Rajesh sir. You are going to use the investigative mind, the psychology of the person, those who are getting the claim or apply for the claim, that you have already get the fair idea about the Jaishankar sir talk, and the investigative technique which used by as an investigator, which is already explained by the Ashok sir. So I'm going to summarize all these three, how the techno-legal people can be useful for the industry of the insurance fraud, where in the insurance sector where we have a lots of things. So how many of you know the insurance? What is an insurance? Anyone? What is an insurance? Okay, so let me just give you the little bit idea. Insurance means covering your loss. Whenever some kind of loss happen, and loss can be due to the disaster, it can be due to the okay, let me get the help. Yeah, it's better. So this can be a disaster, this can be any kind of injury, this can be any kind of accident, any kind of death. So any kind of things which is covering your loss is considered as an insurance. Okay, and we all buy the insurance, right? How many of you are insured? All of you, I think, maximum, because I believe that Aditya College have given the insurance to all students. So those who are not from like me, those who are not from the student of Aditya or not the faculty of Aditya, I am not insured. But yes, you all are insured, right? So insurance means covering whatever the requirement, whatever the loss which you are going to face in any form, right? Either in the form of injury or in the form of any disease, or in the form of loss, accident, motor vehicle theft, motor vehicle burning cases. So there are n number of opportunity where the insurance is required. Nowadays, even we are getting a traveling, like you just see my flight ticket, there is a insurance cover is given. Even you all buy the mobile phone, you all take the insurance. And there are many kind of insurance, like tempered glass insurance, full body coverage insurance. So there are n number of opportunity where, and this is in the mobile industry, not now. Earlier it was on a very huge level where the fraud was, done by the people. What they do, they use the mobile phone for the 11 month, and after 11 month they make some kind of shortage and say that no, my phone is insured, you have to give me the new phone. So you all going to love that if you are going to get the new phone after the 11 month, after copying the data, right? Because nowadays phone everyone can buy. Data is more important than your phone, right? You all have lots of Snapchat images. You all have, right? So many things which is going to be used by the insurance sector. So particularly in life insurance and general insurance, there are two categories apart from we cover the health insurance and other things. So there are two major categories which is governed by the IRDA. That is a life insurance and general insurance. Life insurance means anything which is related to the human body, right? Human use, or general insurance means property, either car insurance or bike insurance or your this college insurance, this building insurance, everything comes at a general insurance. Okay. So in that scenario, once we found such kind of malified intentions, they use the forensic services. Nowadays they are using the forensic services. Earlier they do not use the forensic services. So if I say when I started my career as a forensic expert in 2006, 2007, when I signed my first report, so I did the examination of key. There was a theft case happened in the Reliance industry, and the person who given me the case is still in the Tata AIA Ahmedabad, and he is on the very top position. So we did what we are going to do with this key. So I took a help of some of the senior. We can do the tool mark analysis, because there is no book where we can go and study what is the analysis and what is the parameter of key. Now there are many new technique, like we are using by the microscopy, by the their metal test and their compression test. There are many tests nowadays we are using, which is very, very helpful for the insurance agencies. So particularly when the fraud occurs in the insurance industry, evidence is there, but we are not able to look into the insurance. We are not able to look into the evidences as an insurance investigator. So insurance company have three parameters. One is the surveyor. All of you are aware of it? Surveyor means go survey that this is the cost of bottle, and if bottle is broken, we have to give this much cost, because this is used for how many days or how many years. The second is investigator, who go and verify either this bottle is the one who is insured or not. There is a possibility this cap has been changed. There is a possibility this cover had been changed. He has taken some extra, or might be he have given tire to some other car and they burn the vehicle. They taken an engine to some other vehicle and then they burn the vehicle. So all these kind of possibility investigation was done by the investigator. Those who are particularly in the insurance sector, private people are doing this, and retired police officers. The third kind of service, which is nowadays used by the forensic people, they are taking the help of forensic people, those who are doing the scientific analysis, means technology and legality. So that is going to be used by the techno-legal kind of investigation. So how they are not able to find the evidence? So let's do one small exercise. Previously, those who have attended my session, we already did the exercise. Let's do this exercise. What you can see on the screen? Seeing is believing. Apart from that, nothing. Okay, now a black dot. You have to close your left eye with your left hand and focus this with the index finger of right hand. Focus like this. Focus like this. Done. Keep focusing on this. Now you have to move your hand. Now you have to move your hand from left eye to right eye. अरे don't fall asleep भाई, सोना नहीं है. Like after lunch we get some kind of things. So can you find the dot over there? No. Why? Dot is there, right? Don't tell me focal length change हो गया. Dot is there. Only the perspective by which we are seeing is not visible. And when I ask, can you see anything else? There is another dot is there on the screen on the left corner, but you are not able to find that dot because you are focusing on the top of the screen, right? So such kind of small evidences, small clues which we have to find during the insurance investigator. In insurance industry, once we go for the investigator as a forensic expert or as a normal investigator, you have to face the several steps where you are going to face the cross examination. The first, once you will go, like if you are going to work in the government industry, like government forensic science laboratory, you are not going to face anyone. Someone will come, they will deposit that exhibit to the collection room sent to the department do the analysis, revert, then police officer come and collect. So there is no interaction. And if there is no interaction, there is less threat. But just think that you are going in some village of this Rajamandri, you are finding some vehicle which is borne by the individual, and you are giving some hint, okay, like this, how this fire come from this side, what are the reason? They will find that yes, you are going to make some negative report. So it's not sure that either you are going to return safe or not. So that is a one kind of precautions we have to take once we go as a insurance investigator. We should not disclose any kind of result or any kind of hint at the time whenever we are going for the investigation. So these small clues will be always available over there. We just have to look into the way by which we can find it out into different things. So why they do the insurance fraud? Why the people do the insurance fraud? So there are 5 reasons I have mentioned. So number 1, mis-selling of the policy. So that is from the insurance side. Like I have, selling this policy to you by giving the wrong promise that after the 10,000 rupees giving me 5 years, you are going to get the 10 lakh rupees. You have to give me 1,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees. I'll put the tower on your house. You are going to get the monthly this much. You have to just take the insurance of the building. Once you will take the insurance of the property, only the tower of telephone can be installed on your building, right? The third kind of mis-sell of the policy is that you are not meeting the criteria of the age. So they will make some kind of tampering in your document to show your age less or more, so that you can get all these kind of benefits. Now, like you are a 50-year-old, they want to show you as a 40. So what they will do? They will do your age. If they are not able to find your photograph of the age of 40, they will use some kind of application which is already explained by Rajesh sir, and which all we have done. Like on the Facebook, we already done, na? How you look after the 10 year, and sometimes we look how you look in the character of the Mahabharata. So something like photos they use and they paste over there. So by that way they will purchase the policy, but once the investigator comes, during the investigator, they found that this is a fake document, not the issued by the originally by the issuing authority. And apart from that, there are n number of things which is included the mis-sale of the policy. Mis-sale of the policy, if I say in word, the promises which is done to the insurance company by the insured is not fulfilled. Number 1. The number 2 criteria, what they are doing the mis-sale of the policy, like I have a 10 friends here. I'll say everyone that you have to give me 1 month salary for the policy. Okay? You have to give the 1 month salary for the policy. And I'll return you the same amount after the 1 month, so that I can meet my target. I'll disguise you. I'll return my 30,000 to you also. So what I'm going to getting a benefit being a salesperson? The 10 policy, the benefit from the 10 policy, the commission of the 10 policy from the insurance company, and my Maldives trip. Sorry, ab Lakshadweep ja sakte hain. So now we cannot go to Maldives. So I'm getting such kind of benefits from the insurance company. And ultimately, after a year, you are going to make a claim, your signature is forged. You have not purchased this policy. So the same person, the same friend will give you the suggestion to lodge a complaint that your signature and document, you have not given this for the policy. This is some kind of fraud happened with you. And as per the IRDA guidelines, they have to return your money along with the interest rate. So after 8-9 months, you are getting your money back along with the interest rate. So who is in the loss? Insurance company is in the loss. They are giving the whole amount of the premium with interest rate and benefit to their sales team also, their employee also. So such kind of mis-sale policy investigation we are doing in a very deft manner, and we are finding the people are involved in the moonlighting also. They are doing such kind of things for the several company. They are rotating from running to here to, so sometimes they are doing the half moonlighting, full moonlighting, such kind of services they are giving, and we have done such kind of investigation. Proper moonlighting investigation we have done for the, Wipro, we have done for the Bank of America, where we have find that people are doing a very, very, in a strange manner, where they are using the moonlighting as a, one of the sectors from the, taking the people money for the, insurance industry. So this is the one kind of fraud which is very on a high level missile of the policy, where when the complaint is raising, because you are not the one who's going to sign the document, it's a pre-planned, it's a kind of gang or kind of scam which is running against the insurance company. So obviously insurance company needs some solutions, so they hire the investigator like us, like you all, those who are going to be become the investigator in the future. And after getting a services, we become sometime client, because they know that who is the person who is getting all these kind of, like if I have sold the 10 policy and 9 policy in my sold policy we are getting the complaint, means why only me, why not other people? So they will get such kind of people, and then we met them, we purchase the policy, we give all the document, and we do the video recording and other things, then they prosecuted. So this is the one criteria which is on a very high risk for the insurance company. Benefit through the unfair means where they are getting the benefit from the insurance company, and they are selling that they have sold this much policy, but actually that was the wrong. You have heard that recently news, I think yesterday, there was one fake branch of the SBI was opened in one of the town. Similarly, in 2011 in Rajasthan, we have cracked one fake branch of the insurance company for SDFC Life. There was one village. In the village, 4 or 5 people went there, they opened a good office of SDFC Life. After opening the, they have taken the sarpanch into the, in their trust, and they said that we are going to give the 10%. And after giving the 10,000 rupees, after the 1 year, you will get the 1 lakh rupees. So everyone, 10,000, we are giving the 10,000, after a year we are getting the after a year we are getting the 1 lakh rupees. It's a 10 times in a year. They issued the policy paper, they issued everything with the correct number. Obviously, once you will purchase such kind of policy, you are not going to verify immediately, being in a villagers. So what they do, they take in a policy, till 11 months they did all these modus operandi. And after 11 months, office is not existing over there. And now everyone is searching the sarpanch. You told that he is my friend who is going to give you the 10 times benefit. So such kind of, unfair means is there. Fabrication of document, where the document they are producing, which is a fake document, not signed by the individual, even not their address is not there. Sometimes address on the back side and front side is different. Like the number, if they are producing some document like voter ID, so on the front side voter ID number and the back side voter ID number is different. So fabrication of document is also on very high, particularly in the health insurance, where they are producing a fake prescription, they are producing the history record. Yesterday we are discussing with the Rajesh sir that in July 2022 I lost my brother. So he was a patient of cancer. And after the 2 year, when the investigation team came for the getting the claim settlement, they investigated from last 15 year, when he was posted in the Air Force, when he is from the Air Force, either he taken the, because he, diagnosed with the liver cancer. So they taken either he has purchased the liquor in the quantity or not. They did the investigation from the all friends. They taken the attendance slip from the parliament, because when he was serving, he was posted in the parliament. They taken the attendance slip of the parliament. They taken the attendance of the Air Force record. So all these kind of parameters after taking, then they reached to the conclusion, no, this is a genuine case, and then we have to dispose the case. So this is the fabrication of document, people producing a lot. Then collusion between the employee and the outsider. So this is on a very high. Outsider means advocate. Once the claim is coming, usually what happened in the village area, even in the urban area also, we buy the insurance from some of the agent. We take the help of some of the agent, and once we need to get the claim, or whenever we need to pay the policy, we call that agent. And some mishappening is happening again, we call the same agent, and he is the one who is going to file the claim. So they have the connection inside the company. Even the claim is not fit for the disbursement, they used to give that claim. So that is the one where the fabrication and collusion of the employee is very high. Once they deny the pay the claim, so a company goes to the court, or employee or diseased person go to the court, then there is the settlement between the advocate and these insider employee, those who are working into the industry. So, and murder by keen or monetary benefit. Few cases we have done where they have, they know that this is the insurance policy of this number, and after that they kill the individual to get the benefit. You have seen this in the movie, but I have done 7-8 investigations, such kind of things. So one of the top politicians' wife died in Delhi. So that document I verified by flying Chennai overnight, and then we have seen that yes, no, this prescription is right, and then they given the 6 crore rupees as on the very next morning. So such kind of cases where the murder is suspected by the investigator, like the injury, so that the individual cannot, if he is a right-hander, he can do the suicide from this side only, but the bullet mark is from the opposite side. So in such cases, when the investigator found some kind of malafide, so they ask forensic expert, what is your opinion on this? And that was taken by the insurance company. So that is the main top reason where the insurance company, they are taking the help of forensic expert. So why they took the insurance? What is the basic element of these frauds? So the basic element are financial security. So it helps in meeting financial goal, whatever even some are not diagnosed by some kind of health, but they are having the collusion with the hospitals. So they are taking the fake bills. And once the investigator going, hospital is showing all the records. So everything, the test which is not even required in such kind of diagnosis, they are charging. And sometimes tests are on a very high cost. They have not done, they have just raised the invoice. And after raising the invoice, they have paid the GST to the government. Now, that amount goes to 10 lakh, 15 lakh for the per individual. And we find in few cases, that test is not at all possible for such kind of diagnosis. So financial goal, then the insurance, they are taking a tax benefit. So that is again, once we will take the insurance, we get the tax benefit. So after getting a tax benefit, they will say that this is not my insurance policy, this is not the signature done by me, or the promises which is made by the insurance agent is not as per the policy agreement. So I just want to cancel my insurance. They get the tax benefit, now they want the money back also. So such kind of things we report to the income tax also, so that income tax can take some action on such kind of fraudulent. And these are the habitual, they are not the one who is doing 1 or 2 times, they are doing multiple times. So we have to report such kind of frauds. Then it's taken as an important investment tools, and also protection for the protection of the family member they took. So ultimately, when this kind of investigation is required, this is 2 cases where some ultimate damages of the family member happen, and family member they wants to receive the claim, and where the family member survive, like accident, like in the reconstruction of the accident, like cases where the health concern is there. So in both cases where the insured is survived or insured is died, in both cases, when they get the suspect from the investigator, then they ask the forensics to find it out, what is the basic things, what is the basic solutions in this, and what we can do. So particularly when we go for the investigation, we follow some steps, and these are the basic steps which is followed. Like first we have to see either the claim is intimated and registered on time or not. Why the delay? Either there is some planning going on, so we have to take care of that. Why? And there could be a genuine reason also. Sometimes they lost the young one, they are not in the proper state of mind, 2-3 days pass, and then they came to knowledge that yes, the person have some kind of insurance policy, so they have to lodge this complaint. They took the help of the person who have sold the policy to them. So the thing, second, the documentation. Either the documentation which they have provided is genuine or not. And many cases where the claim is false, they are providing the false documentation. Like PAN card is forged, Aadhaar card is forged, address is not the one which is existing, but they do not have the PAN card. For the disbursement, PAN card is necessary. So they create the PAN card. And as you know, nowadays those who are creating, they know the small nitty-gritty how the PAN card is going to verify. So number one is scanning. So they abrupt the QR code. Number two is the number, which 10-digit number, the 5th digit is the surname of the individual. They put the surname by editing the number. So such kind of pixel variation or the editing, we can find it out into the document. And the processing and settlement. If we are not processing the document, because during the investigation we find some kind of malified elements which is present into the particular document. So those who are the fraudster, the genuine people, they never go for the hurry. Those who are the organized, they have the monthly target. We have to get this kind of claim. I'll discuss one very important case which we did with the investigation with the Bharti Extra Life, where they have completely planned whole the investigation, whole the crime, and they taken almost around 80-70 crore from the company. So it's a huge amount. So the processing and settlement, if taking a time, then they will make a panic, and where then the alarming situation come from the insurance company, and then they go for the deep investigation. So that is the one very basic element which is required when the claim settlement is coming and the insured person or their family member, they are not cooperating. So particularly when being in a fraud examiner, forensic student, forensic examiner, we have to look into the financial vulnerabilities. What are the financial things? Conduct the fraud risk assessment. What can be the fraud in such individual, and the insured financial condition, their diagnosis if going, if the individual is not surviving, and if it is surviving, what is his financial condition. So by taking a statement, sometimes they give the fake bank account statement where the entries are completely malified, and usually whenever you get the bank statement, you are not going to add all the things, but once we add all these things, we find the variation in their numbers. So usually training and education is also very, very important, so that it can be prevented, and investigator is required to be trained for such kind of fraud investigation when if you are going to become a fraud investigator in the insurance sector. So I was discussing with a few people, and they are saying that where is the scope into the forensic science. So insurance company, they are looking for the people of the forensic science background. No one is going to the insurance company. Either they are not aware that insurance company required the people, those who have the investigative mind, or we all have the dream to we are going to become the Dr. Salunke of the CID. So there could be a two reason only. So everyone, you cannot observe into the forensic science laboratory in any sector. Forget about the forensic. You just take any sector, everyone, every student or every person, those who have taken the education is going to absorb into the same industry. In a government sector, no. But the similar kind of work, even the more kind of work we are doing, we are analyzing, being an insurance investigator, we are analyzing the postmortem report, finding out, and once you want to read the postmortem report, you have to go to read the complete book of the Modi. You have to understand what is the injury, you have to understand what is the terminology. So you become a more knowledgeable by having all these things, by reading all these documentation. So training and investigative mind is very, very important. So how to detect the fraud? How to detect in once you are going to join the insurance industry, or as a freelance or as an employee of the organization, what are the different detection methods you have to opt? So number one, you have to see that what are the data which is available in your record. So data warehousing is the one very important aspect, and after the analysis of the data, you have to create what are the rules which is fit. Either the individual is first time taking a benefit, or he has taken the earlier benefit also, or in the future how many policy he have, how many policy he is running into the subsequent company, and after this when he has purchased this policy. So if the diagnosis was if the disease was diagnosed or disease was recognized by the hospital, then after that he has purchased the policy and it was not detected in the medical test. So a few judgment of the court, Supreme Court also came that you being an insurance company, you have conducted the medical examination and you find a fit for the medical examination, only you have issued the policy. And after 2 years, if the person was died, you have to pay the claim. Even he has the earlier kind of disease and he has, he has not disclosed that disease. But now some amendment came where if the someone is not disclosing the disease, and because if someone is having the cancer, the normal test which is coming by the medical team of the insurance company, they are not going to recognize. For that they have to go for the biopsy and they have to go for the different deep label test, which is not going to be diagnosis. So by seeing the usually the huge amount of fraud when we found that yes, now I have detected with the cancer, and how you will be sure that cancer is detected once your biopsy report will come. So it's a duty of forensic investigator to find it out from where the biopsy report has been generated, because these kind of people, after taking the fraud, biopsy detected in A hospital, they will leave the A hospital, they will go to the B hospital. After taking the policy, they will do the re-biopsy and they will start the diagnosis. So you are not going to get any documentation from the hospital B from where you are going to get record. But yes, here if you go for the due diligence, if you find the phone of the individual, you go for the browser forensic, you will find some traces, logs that he has searched what is the diagnosis for the cancer, and he has searched before the purchasing the policy. So all these kind of data which you will produce by analyzing, then you can identify, you can establish the relationship between the fraud individual, those who are conducting before the purchasing of the policy. Then the customer authentication, and then if any such kind of fraud is occurring, then you can create the alert into the system. So by this way you can detect the fraud into the any sectors. So potential frauds, so red flag, after taking the red flags, you have to see the suspicious injury into the medical treatment, because nowadays if someone is even they died by the suicide or some kind of normal accident, they will put in the roadside, they crush the body so that they can get the third party claim. Third party claim is high. That's why nowadays a strike is going on by the drivers, you might have seen. So third party claim is on a very high level. So it's by going through the injury you have to find, and you have to read carefully, and you have to see either there are the injury which is present that can be a post-mortem entry, cannot be the anti-mortem injuries. So these kind of knowledge, this kind of terminology or technology only can be used or understand by the forensic students or the forensic people, those who have the knowledge of investigation and those who have knowledge of the forensic science. So multiple claims, if the individual having the multiple claims and his financial condition is not supporting, like if I am earning 10,000 rupees, but I am paying the premium of 20,000 rupees. How is it possible? So the claim, taking the insurance and paying the claim ratio as per my income is the again a very important analysis once we are going to go for the investigation. And at the same time, he has purchased all the policy before the death of 2 months, 3 months, or 1 year. Why he has not purchased any such policies into the earlier? Sir, sound coming? Okay. So how he has not purchased the policy in the earlier? Either he has purchased any policy or not renewed the policy. So all these kind of parameters we have to see that what is the multiple claims and the frequent accident happen. Several times they took the they changed the bonnet of the vehicle, they changed the light by fitting the element to the other, because other vehicle is not insured. The other vehicle time is expired, maybe 10 year or 15 year, as the diesel 10 year and the petrol 15 year. But they want to change the part of that vehicle. So what they will do, they will take from the original vehicle and they will claim to the original vehicle that the theft happened. Someone has opened the bonnet and taken the battery out. So vehicle is insured. Insurance company have to pay such kind of things. So witness testimony in collaboration is again very important when the witnesses we are going to analyze, and the social media monitoring. It's a very important that social media monitoring nowadays, and which is one of those who are from the cyber security or those who are normal nowadays, open source intelligence. If you want to search anything about anyone, you can get a huge data through the open source intelligence. And we find several times, like in one of the insurance claim, the person said that no, my vehicle was standing here from the so many days, right? I have not used, and in the standing vehicle after the 43 days, the vehicle caught automatic fire. So which is suspicious. Then we scroll the social media profile. There was nothing in his social media profile. Then we find who is liking more. So by liking analysis, we find someone who is frequent liking. Then find that he is friend. Then his profile we have, scroll down, and we find the same vehicle they are going to the Nainital, and 3 days back. So that accident happened into the Nainital, and after that they are burning the vehicle. After burning the vehicle, the dent which is present on the bonnet is not fit as the normal vehicle, standing vehicle get the fire. So such small things by collaborating we find, and then we ask them, give your mobile phone, we just want to see your timeline. After seeing the Google timeline, we can see, otherwise we are denying the claim, and you can file the police case, you can file the court case. We'll get your call detail, your vehicle details. So and several times nowadays they are not using the FASTag with the same company name. The FASTag is the other vehicle number, and many times I have seen that they are not pasting the FASTag. They are just, once they come to the toll, they show the FASTag money detected. That money is from the some other vehicle, and actual vehicle is running. And this is also not only the insurance, they are taking the vehicle who is expired, like vehicle 10-year-old expired. So they have the data that 10-year vehicle can be caught and they can be taken to the custody by the traffic department. So what is the method? Everyone, they are not going to read the vehicle number, so they will take the data from the toll where they are getting the FASTag detail. The FASTag detail they are giving the other vehicle. So that's why the vehicle who is already expired, who is not insured, other vehicle they are getting, and they are just tempering everything to get the more benefit of that vehicle. So all these kind of surveillance and the social media monitoring play a very, very important role. And we all study open source intelligence, we all study the cyber security, we all study the surveillance. So we are the better people than any other investigator, those who have the qualification of those who have the normal graduation. So these are some challenges which is again once we go for the investigation, the biggest challenge is that what is the individual's capacity, what is his particular capacity for paying the claim, then what is the risk associated with if you are giving the claim, what is the frequency he is using, and ultimately in the era of the COVID-19 where the COVID-19 disease was not covered and the people who have died, and after that they have taken to some other disease, they have getting the fake medical report, and that was the time where we do not have access of the body, where we do not have access of the hospital, and in that time insurance company suffered a lot. So during the investigation, even being an investigator, when you used to go to the hospital for getting the record, either this individual is admitted in particular hospital or no one going to give the record, because you understand the healthcare system was so much collapsed into the COVID time. So that was the one concern which is given a huge loss to the insurance company. So what forensic services usually we do? Whenever we do any kind of forensic services, first we have to authenticate, identify, classify, reconstruction and evaluation. On that basis we used to give any report so that insurance company can take any decision. Insurance company, we are helping them to prevent the crime. We are not giving the report which is they are going to use for the legal purpose immediately. But once the insured is going into the court, they are using our report. On the basis of that report, they have declined to pay the claim. And on that basis, court is getting satisfied, yes, you have given this is opinion, and this is the things which is corroborating. Like there was one vehicle accident happened in Jammu and Kashmir. There was in Kashmir area, and in this 3 people died. So 3 TP claim, third party claim, a huge amount, but all 3 doesn't have the license. So they transplanted the other people that he was the driver and he jumped. The jumping area which is they are showing around 48 feet, 50 feet, and he doesn't have any injury. First day, they hide the individual that he is in the shock, he cannot present. We said, okay, let come him, out of the shock, then then we find his phone, because they have to, otherwise we issue the letter with the register post that he is not cooperating. So that in the letter stage, when you go to the court, we can show that we want his mobile phone to do the analysis. And once we find his mobile phone, his location was in the Chandigarh on the date of the incident. So how he can drive, right? He said, I have another phone. In the fraudster, they have a several technique. We should present the another phone. He presented another phone. That another phone was in the Patiala. So that was lying with his wife. So once there are 2 kind of cases. We always talk. The simple case and the complex case. So what is a simple case and what is a complex case? It's nothing. Simple case is a case where the criminal have not used his full mind. And the complex case is a case where the investigator has not used his full mind. It's a very simple logic. So once we go for each point, once we are going to consider for the analysis during the investigation, during the analysis and examination, we are going to get the good result. So as we all know, whenever we go for any kind of forensic processing, we follow this process. Like preparation, we do the research, what kind of analysis was done, what is analysis required, what element, what evidences we can collect. Then protection of that evidences with their, if the evidences are digital evidences, their metadata, their all the information, because nowadays court is, even they are not aware about the technology, but they know that, have you collected the hash value? Have you collected the EXIF information? Have you collected the metadata? They are, because they are also going for the training here and there into the different university and institutions. And they are the, people like us, people like Rajesh sir, we told them these are the important aspect you have to look into any judgment. And then again we appear as an expert witness. They ask, you have told me this is the information, which is very, very important. Where that information present in your report? So it's a reverse. So, so protection, prevention, then expert analysis, examination. The examination, timely examination play a very, very important role. And once, whatever the analysis examination you have done, if you are not presenting the things properly with the documentation, no court is going to believe on your analysis. And recently in the last year, 2022 July, you have seen that Kerala High Court given the judgment where the fingerprint is matching. But the process of the analysis was not mentioned in the report. So they said that we cannot rely on such report where the process of analysis is not mentioned. And during the cross-examination, it was admitted by the expert that they do not mention the process of analysis. They do not even keep the record of the process of analysis. So on that basis, they have done everything, but documentation is not proper. So here, we have to take care of the proper documentation. Once we have the proper documentation, only we can form the standing report in the court, and court can rely on our findings. So what are the documentation we required into the nowadays whenever we collect the data? So everyone talking about the metadata, right? And what is the information we require into the metadata? So number 1 is the source identification, like which device, which software, or how many accounts are there into the phone, who are the individual, their origin of the files, from where the file is originated. Nowadays, they are providing, I have jumped from the vehicle and I have recorded this video. But that video was not recorded by that device. That was taken from someone else. It means you are not present over there. You are misleading, you are giving the wrong information. So that a source is not established. Means your presence is not over there. So whatever the information they are providing, so the source information, then the time stamp. If they are saying that vehicle was caught fire at this time, but they are recorded the video which is time stamp is When we are going for the EXIF informations, we are getting the different time stamp. So time stamp play a very, very important role. Then user activity. Before burning the vehicle, what they are doing, what is the modus operandi? Like this is a vehicle going to expire in next month. I'll take the high value, right? High value insurance, I pay the huge premium, and after that I'll burn this vehicle so that I can get the huge amount as a insurance. But insurance company has the bound, if there is no clue that the person has burned the vehicle with the intention or not, either it's the normal fire or it's a case of arson. So then in that condition, if it is not established, they have to bound to pay. They are, they have no solution. So in that conditions, they have to find it out, the investigators and the forensic analysis. So during the analysis, we find that once we get their phone, we go for the browser forensics, and they search on the YouTube how to burn the vehicle so that no one can get the evidence. So all these kind of keywords are there. Like the famous case of Delhi, you see that boy who cut the body of Tab and Shraddha. So he searched everything, how to dispose the body, how to cut the body. So all these evidences are in the phone. This is, bomb we are taking in our hand. It can explode anytime. So this have all the informations. Several times, even in the WhatsApp, you send messages to everyone. And you delete all the messages. Many students, they do, so that family member cannot or the friends cannot take. But just by seeing the WhatsApp, I can tell who is the person with whom you have communicated more. And it's in your WhatsApp only. We do not require any software, you don't require anything. So these small information. You want to be volunteer? No. No one going to be volunteer in such kind of activity. So, because in one of the Delhi University College, Gargi College, I said, no, sir, you cannot find that. And that girl came, I said that you are communicating very high with the person named A and one a group called Sanskari Ladki. So how you know that? For that I take a fee. To give you the proper analysis report, I take the fee. But yes, it's everything information is in the phone. It's depend upon how we are getting this information. So the user activity play a very, very important role. Then file manipulations, in not in the insurance sector, but in one of the very important tweet which was done by ROFL 2.0 account against the Amit Shah ji. So I was the investigator in that from the Gurgaon cyber cell, and we find that he is the person who has created the file from his mobile using these applications. So the file manipulation and other things was there because he said that my phone was hacked. I was the one who has posted. So we have to establish that he is the one who had manipulated this file and written the content to post on the social media. Then geolocation data, which is again very, very important. By going through the applications which you have given the access of your map, we used to give the access of our map. You just type on the google.com/dashboard. You'll find all your activity, how many YouTube, how many download, or what applications you have used, uninstall, how many hours you have spent on the applications. So this is the GPS coordinate is playing very, very important role. Then communication tracing. After this, several time, we delete the call logs. But that call logs also can be retrieved. So communication, even we do not have the access of call data. CDR we do not have access because that we can take only with the help of police officers. So, but we can retrieve the deleted call logs. So that communication tracing is there. So few software which is giving that communication tracing. So email informations, messages which we have sent. So all these kind of things can be calculated, and the EXIF data. So EXIF data, what are the informations particular from which devices was taken, at what location it was taken, what is the value, and by putting the software like photo forensic and the forensically. So there are free tools which is available online where you can upload the information. You will get all the several information, and exif.org, exifdata.org. There are many applications from where you can get all these informations by which you can reach to the conclusion that this information which is provided by the insured is not fit for whatever the things he is saying. Then access log, whatever the things the individual has access. So login details there. If someone has tried, in the cases of not in the insurance fraud, but in the cases of identity theft, where someone is trying to log in with your account. And I'm sure that many of you have faced this, particularly the girl student. Your account has been created by someone with identity theft, right? So many of you have, if we narrow down the individual, we can find it out the access log of the individual, those who have done such kind of things. As we all know, even in the insurance claim, it's come into the both civil and the criminal side. When it's a nature of claim where they want, so some places compensation, some places we have the punishment. In the new law, obviously it is going to be corroborative in such case also. So in this, there is very important judgment, that is Amit Bhai Anil Chandra Shah versus CBI, where the Supreme Court say that investigative temperament is very, very important to reach any final conclusion. Any kind of investigation, either in the insurance sector or in any sector, if you are doing. And that's why the insurance industry nowadays, they are relying on more on the forensic investigation. Earlier, when I started the service for the insurance agencies, we are 1 or 2 agencies. But now we have more than 100. More than 100 students, they have opened their company, they are serving. Because, the case which is coming to this place, I cannot come from Delhi to do the investigation. You are the local. Company will give you case to you so that you can do the investigation, their costing will save, and obviously you are the competent, I am the competent. So they are going to give the case to you. So that's why this is the field where you can learn the investigation technique, the forensic technique, and you can practice in your own area as the advocate doing in their own area. So that is one very huge opportunity we have. So why the investigating temperament is required? So that fairness in investigation can be done. So investigation can give to the truth. So each allegation supported by the with the scientific evidences, and accused also give the due opportunity to defend their case. So that's why expert came from the defense side as well. And so that in India also people are talking about, many senior people, they are talking about that why the conviction is, where the evidences we do not have, but conviction is high. So to avoid the conviction from such cases, we require to run the project like Innocence Project, which is very highly acceptable into the USA, and which is having a very good input on that. So scientific temperament always going to play a very, very important role once we are going to do as a investigator. And that's why the insurance company, either in the general or the life insurance company, they are having the more branches than a bank have. So you can just imagine the scope of the work. From bank, we can get the only one kind of case, that is a check fraud where the signature analysis is done. But from insurance company, you can get the several kind of work. Photo facial matching you can get the handwriting, you can get the blood examination, you can get the hair examination, you can get the fingerprint examination. So n number of opportunities there, voice examination, audio, video, whatever the video they are submitting, either the genuine video or not, the audio which they have recorded is, the voice is matching or not, speaker identification. So there are n number of opportunity where you can make your career as a forensic expert into the insurance sector. And the most important thing, once you will join the forensic science laboratory and you are giving the expert opinion, out of 100 cases, you have to go at least 70-80 cases to the court appearance. In insurance sector, if you are producing 100 reports, 1 or 2 cases you have to go into the court. Because 90% cases, on the basis of your opinion, insurance company take a decision. Either they have to settle the claim by negotiation or they deny the claim. And the fraudster, those who are doing such kind of crime, and they find that yes, these are the evidences which is not going to sustain in the court of law, they never go to the court. So that's why the going to the court again save our time if you are going to be a forensic expert for the insurance sector. So yes, we have some legal challenges, as already this was covered by Jasankar sir, so I am just skipping. And as you know, insurance company, that is the one thing the scientific community say that we can form the 9 degree of opinion. But insurance company, they want the result in yes or no, because they have to take the decision. So being in a scientific expert, we cannot give the opinion in yes or no if the proper evidences is not present. If the proper evidence is not present, we cannot go for. So there are 9 degree of opinion which we follow for giving. There is if the photograph is not clear, we are not able to see all kind of, somatoscopic features. So we cannot form opinion that this is the individual who belongs from that particular photos. So here we have the leverage that on that basis they go for the good negotiation. They cannot go for the denial, but they can go for the good negotiation. So that is the one important. Few cases I just want to show, and then I'll bind up my time. I think I'm on time. If I'm late, please let me know. So this is the one case which I was talking. This is a very interesting case. You just go on the Google and you will search, you'll find my company name also as one of the investigator. This is the gang of the 8 people with the name Pawan Bhoria. What they took the record from the hospital. Record from the hospital. The computer operator gave the record of the family member and the patient. That this patient is suffering from the cancer and he have 1 or 2 months. After 1 or 2 months or 1 year, 6 months, he is going to die. So after getting the record, they go to the family member and they convince the family member that we are going to pay you the amount 8 lakh to 20 lakh rupees to getting the insurance. You just have to sign, and whenever the claim will come, you just have to say that this is a normal accident happened. Here the story is clear. They get the record, they form the gang, they get the record from the hospital, genuine record, they convince the family member. So 3 elements. They go to the hospital, they took the dead body, they crushed the dead body after dying of the individual through the cancer. They crushed the dead body through the vehicle which have the high TP value, high third party claim value. Like vehicle like Mercedes, BMW, those who have the, and individual's income they show with a high value that his income or her income is high. So that accordingly proportionate claim they can get. Then they set the doctor, those who are going to do the postmortem. So there is a region, Sonipat, Rohtak, Hisar, Jhajjar. So this is the region of 100 kilometer of the radius. So there is only one hospital, those who are doing the postmortem. And by that postmortem, doctor has not given any sign that person is suffering from the cancer, or the injury is not the postmortem, not the antemortem injury, it's a postmortem injury. So such kind of fraud is going. Police officer also, they file the report that this is an accident, and autopsy report in their FIR they said that this is a normal accident. And hospitals also saying by erasing all the record from the data that person was not treated with the cancer. So in 1 or 2 cases when the reporting came very early, and every place is honest police officer is there. So one police officers, they had taken a body and they ask that insurance, is the person have the insurance, and by accidentally they said yes, this is the insurance, and that was such kind of fraud is the such kind of accident going in the long. So they are getting that why the accident is very high in this area. So they have taken around 70-80 crore rupees from the insurance company by this method. So then they notified, they formed the STF, and from that STF they found that this is the modus operandi by which they are doing the fraud. And when we did the investigation of that body, although record was not in the hospital, nothing was there, but once the person is treated with the cancer like chemotherapy and other things, either the NGS or the chemotherapy they are going, they have a multiple kind of sign in the body. Hair loss is there. So all these photography we have taken and we submitted to the court, and all 27 people are in the jail. We got the threat also that will kill you once I'll come out of the jail. So we said you have already done a lot. Now let's see if you want to kill us. So you can understand how big the insurance industry fraud is there. And you being an insurance investigator, you can serve in a better way. Because here, who is the beneficiary? Everyone except the insurance company. So you are going to serve the insurance company, because insurance company is going to give you the case. So if you are going to save such kind of fraud from the industry, because that insurance money is not the insurance company money, not your money, it's a public money. It's a public money which is collected from the different sources, insurance over the insurance, the foreign insurance claim come and then they disperse. But it should not go to the wrong person by having the temperament. So even the insurance agent was public prosecutor. Few cases go to the court. So public prosecutor also met this fine. No, there is no sign of mala fide intention. And then court announced you have to pay the amount with the interest rate. Because in India, litigation go through 3 years, minimum 4 years. So they have to pay to the such kind of huge interest rate as well. Okay. This is the case. I'm not sure either video will run or not. Video, can you play the video? Any video out of 2? So you can find, you can see the body in this. They first burn the vehicle. They given an injection to the individual. They put into the vehicle and then they burn the individual also. For taking a third party claim and for taking the vehicle fraud claim. So here we find, several things in this, that the below surface fire was, if the person is sitting, how the body is not completely burned, their cloth piece is not burned, but below seat is burned. How it is possible? So all these kind of parameters by taking, we given the opinion. This is the transplanted body over there, and then they are in the jail and they are facing the charges of 302. So murder charges they are facing, and insurance company also said they saved the money. So this is the kind of things. The challenges in the insurance sector investigation which we are going to face, like we get the information very late. Once the vehicle was caught fire or burn, information reached very late to us, after 7 days, after 10 days. So if the weather is not changing, like if the rainy season, we are not going to get any kind of evidence. If the normal season, then we might get some kind of evidences. If hot summer, the evaporation is high, so we are not going to get the much evidences. So these are the challenges which we have, and where the rusting happen, and after 2-3 years, they say that go and do something in the forensic. So which is also not possible. So, they think that forensic can do anything. So it's actually not possible. So we have to take care of such kind of challenges as well. So these are the photographs where the facial feature is not available. This was a very recent, I think 5th January case. This is the case of 5th January. So we found, and there was a proposal where the photofacial is transplanted photos we have found on the PAN card. And similarly, this is again 31st December we got a claim. Now you see how we can match the photofacial features. It is not possible, right? So it is very difficult to find it out. Here you can see the same individual photograph with the different faces. So they just forget that which photograph they have to paste on the document, which photograph they have to paste on the PAN card, which on the Aadhaar card. So 2-3 people photograph came into the one claim, which is not possible. And here, just to show that individual was having the good standing in society, he was very spiritual, they put the tilak on the photographs. So this is a Photoshop edited. You can see that how he has the tilak on the hair. So, but yes, it's a fraud. So we presented this. Yes, the facial feature is matching, but once we'll go, this is a edited photograph. This is not the actual photograph, and this doesn't show the individual, the claim which is they are showing. So, sometime age progression photograph we find where they given this electoral card of the early age. Now they are giving you the death claim for the late age. So this is the variation in the age progression, which is again going to be very, very difficult to find it out any conclusion or any finding. But yes, in a prima facie we can see that this is the age progression and this is from the same individual. So now it's decision to the insurance company. We have the limitation into the recognition. So this limitation we have to mention into our report. That's why I told we cannot give the always opinion in yes or no. We have to follow the scientific community parameter, which is given that high probability, less probability, or something like that. So non-human cases, human faces, so we know eyes, ear, nose. So non-human cases where the cattle insurance came, they have taken insurance for their buffalo, and buffalo died. Now they are giving the dead body of some other buffalo. How to match the facial feature? Either the same buffalo or not. They change the tags. So that is again challenging, that they change the tag. So we have to go and see that buffalo, either the tag is recently made or not. If the tag is recently made, the injury into the ear of that particular buffalo is ante-mortem or post-mortem. There is a flow of blood or not, a recently punctured ear or not. So all these kind of semi-post-mortem, we have to do such kind of claims. So this is on a very high, particularly into the Punjab region. IFCO Tokyo is facing huge loss through the insurance claim of the non-human. So these are the challenges which we have, that capturing device, age progression, twin faces, similar versus same, filters which they are using, 10-year challenge, we all have done, face applications, accident, because they create the photographs, 10-year-old photographs, just to show that his age was 40 years at that time. So artificial tattooing, secondary identifier, if it is clearly visible, so we can find it out. Some kind of photofacial treatment, makeup, surgery. Several times they give the photograph with a full makeup, but now they are giving the photograph without makeup. So it's not the fault of Lakme, but it's the fault of the individual, those who are doing the analysis. So such kind of challenges we always face, and that's why you can see that there is a huge similarity. And if I ask how many say that they are the similar or they are the same, raise your hand. They are the same or not? How many of you said, but they are not the same? She is one of my employees, Cesar, and she is the one girl we got in the metro, the similar look, so we click the photos. Right? So in a prima facie, it looks like they are the same. So, and similarly, the twin faces, you all have seen, right? So that is again a challenge. And once they want to create the twin faces, okay? So you'll find the differences. Right? Once you go for the symmetrical measurement, if this is happen when you are having a one photo without flip, another photo with the flip. So you will find the asymmetric differences once you go and put this photograph for the matching into your tools. So that are the challenges. Face app, right? I intensely put because all of you know him, So face app application is, we all have used. Face swapping, which is very, deep explained by Rajesh sir. So face swapping is the another challenge, and this is in the insurance sector death claim. Particularly in the death claim, they are taking the cases where they are doing the lots of face swapping cases, and sometimes they look similar, like brother photos, and the other two brother have some kind of similarity, like Tiger and the Priyanka, they have the similarity, LHS versus RHS. We used to go. So, and sometimes challenges which we have. Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? Matching or not matching? So, such kind of challenges, where if they are the known people, right? If they are the known people, we can easily identify. But just imagine if they are not the known people. If they are not the famous people. So it's very difficult for someone to go and do the measurement, all these kind of photofacial features, right? So make such awareness to use of the forensic science for the insurance and for the general public. We made the movie Forensic, try to see, and it was having all parameter from having the fingerprint development to the DNA phenotyping. So all the parameter which we have discussed. It's required very, dedication, and you all are the future of the country, because a bank manager, please listen carefully, please listen, the bank manager who is issuing all our money to some other account on the basis of signature which they examine, they doesn't know the spelling of forensic. So you can understand what is the level of ignorance we have into the forensic science. So it's very important, so that you should be a good investigator, you should be a good forensic expert. I wish you all the best. You can connect me on any social media for any kind of help in the future, and now I'm open for all kind of questions. Thank you so much again, sir, for giving me opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. Now we'll be having another Q&A sessions. This is your opportunity to again engage directly with our esteemed speaker and clarify your doubts. So further ado, let's kickstart with the Q&A session. So any questions?